Hello and welcome to the solution of question number 7. To address this question, first of all we have to do is calculate for the linear trend the slope and the intercept. Here are some tables I made so we can illustrate how this is developed. First, for the slope we have to identify our x and y's. In this case our y's are gonna be this one and our x are gonna be this one, and the same for the slope for the intercept. Sorry, our y's are the demand and the x are gonna be the period. So for the linear trend, first we have to calculate it is this formula: slope times period plus intercept. Here we go. We have it here. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna mark this. So because this is gonna be the same for all of the values, and we have to keep it like this. Here we go. We put it and then we throw it here. I'm gonna change this because I like how it looks. And yes, here we have our linear trend. Then the 3-period moving average, we have, if it is 3-period moving average, what we have to do is basically 1, 2, 3, and here we start working. As it is really easy because it's average of the 3 that are before. Here we go. There you have it. Quite simple till now. And for the exponential smoothing, I'm going to use the templates that the professor provided us. There we have it here, the forecasting the exponential smoothing. We have for our forecast 0.4 alpha, and that is what I'm putting right here. And the values, I just copy and put it here as well. Well, the values we have are this, so I'm gonna grab them and move it to our Excel. Here you go, and we have it here. I'll put it right here, just copy the values, and yeah. So now we have our table for the first part of the question 7. Then we have to calculate the MAE, the MAPE using the methods. How we do this? Well, first we have to calculate the absolute error of each. With the templates we already have these values, but let's make it so we can illustrate and know what are we doing here. Here we have the absolute. It is the value we have minus the demand. And there we go. We have it here, and yes, grab it and pull it. We have to calculate the absolute error, the squared error also. That is basically the absolute error squared. it is not like too much explication down there. And for the absolute percentage error, I have this formula that is the absolute of the G10, that is going to be the absolute error, and B5, that is the demand. Okay, you guys are following? Now we move on and do the exact same process for the for the 3-day moving average. That is absolute of this minus this one. Okay, we have it, and we grab it and pull it. It's basically the same, using the same squared and the same formula for the absolute percentage error. I have it this from before, so we can make this process of learning a little bit faster. Now, finally, the exponential smoothing is gonna be the exact same process. Don't you worry, guys. There is no difficult. QMB is fun. Absolute this minus the demand. We have it, and there we go. As we don't have a value here, I skip this, so I'm gonna delete this to avoid any kind of confusion. Okay, to calculate, as we have these values, we need now to calculate the mean absolute error of each. Math, MAE, as you like to call it. Here we have the linear trend, and it's really easy. We have to do the average of this. Is what you have to do is basically in the name. Mean absolute error. We have our absolute error and we put the mean. Here it is. Then 3-period moving average, we do exactly the same. Average. Here we go. Boom. And for the exponential smoothing, it doesn't change also because we have to do this and pull it and let go. We have it now. Now for the mean absolute percentage error is exactly the same. We have to put average. Then we pull this and here we go. And it's basically the same. Something that you gotta know is that we may just take the values. Don't grab like everything, because an average divides between the amount of value you have, and if you want to calculate it with some values and you put more, it's not gonna go well. And then finally the same exercise, the same process for the exponential smoothing. Here we go. And there we have our mean absolute error, mean everything. And then what do we have to do? Which of the 4 methods is better using the MAPE as criteria? We can see here is the MAPE and we have our criteria. So what we would choose? The linear trend. Why? Because it is way smaller. And this is, it means that it has less error. And now we have to create a graph. I already created the graph, but what I did was basically grab the table as it is and press insert and the linear graph. There's no much complication, like the more difficult could be these parts. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. This is the solution for question number 7.